hear you!
Shit, do stop!
What?
Stop! Stop!
Oh, shit! Oh, Michael!
It all starts with Justin waking up and observing himself before setting his phone alarm for 11 p.m. and 11:50 p.m. When Justin arrives at school, he behaves strangely around his friends. Rhiannon, who has been sending him messages all night without receiving a response, walks up to him and apologizes for texting him too much. Justin hesitates before admitting that he's the one at fault for not replying. This surprises Rhiannon because the Justin she knows has never been that affectionate. Rhiannon suggests they skip class and spend the day together. The two leave the school premises and first visit the aquarium, then play around at the beach. Before they leave, Rhiannon confides in Justin about the issues going on in her family, something she's never shared with anyone before. Justin then drives Rhiannon home. Before they part ways, he tells her that every day won't be like this and wants to explain further. Rhiannon stops him, saying that tomorrow is tomorrow, and she wants today to end on a nice note. They share a kiss, and Rhiannon feels a deeper love for Justin as she sees his newfound affection and care. The next day, a girl wakes up, observes herself, and sets her phone alarm for 11 p.m. and 11:50 p.m. She looks behind her and sees the name Amy boldly written on the wall, whispering "Amy" under her breath. Rhiannon arrives at school and, seeing Justin, tries to be friendly, but he ignores her and walks away. Just then, Amy approaches Rhiannon and explains that she's new to the school, asking if she could shadow her. Rhiannon agrees, and they both head to their lab class. Rhiannon introduces Amy to her friends Rebecca and Alexander. Spotting Justin walking by, she invites him over. Justin asks her if he got drunk yesterday, to which she replies no. Rhiannon then asks if he doesn't remember their moments together, but Justin says he doesn't and complains about having a lot of homework to do now. Justin's behavior toward Rhiannon angers Amy, and she confronts him about treating Rhiannon better. This doesn't sit well with Justin, who walks away after reminding Rhiannon about his friend Steve's party. Once he leaves, Amy tells Rhiannon that she deserves better treatment than what Justin is giving her and gently tucks a stray hair behind Rhiannon's ear. In another scene, a boy named Nathan wakes up, observes himself for a while, and then sets his phone alarm for 11 p.m. and 11:50 p.m. He arrives at Steve's party and finds Rhiannon alone, having been ignored by Justin. Nathan starts dancing to the music playing at the party, drawing Rhiannon's attention. Since it's the kind of music she likes, she joins him on the dance floor. Justin notices them dancing and approaches to assert that he is Rhiannon's boyfriend. Nathan introduces himself as Steve's gay cousin, assuring Justin that he has nothing to worry about. After Justin leaves, Nathan asks Rhiannon if she'd like to go somewhere away from the party. She agrees, and they find a quiet spot where Nathan tries to convince Rhiannon to reconsider her relationship with Justin. Like Amy, he gently tucks a stray hair behind Rhiannon's ear. Nathan's phone rings, and he tells Rhiannon that he needs to leave. She requests his phone number, but he explains that he'll be getting a new number tomorrow. Just then, Justin, having discovered that Nathan is not really Steve's cousin, approaches with Steve and their other friends. Nathan manages to escape, telling Rhiannon that he will explain everything to her later. The next day at school, Rhiannon receives a text message from an unfamiliar number asking her to meet alone at a coffee shop. Upon arrival, a girl joins her at the table. When Rhiannon asks who she is, the girl explains that today she is Megan, and on the day she met Nathan, she was Nathan. She further adds that she was also Amy and Justin on the day they went to the beach. She informs Rhiannon that she is someone who wakes up in a different body every day. This revelation freaks Rhiannon out. She can't believe what she's hearing and decides to walk away. Later, Rhiannon receives another text asking her to meet again. Upon arriving at the location, Rhiannon meets another person, a boy who introduces himself as A. Surprised by his name, she asks why. A explains that the body he is currently inhabiting belongs to a boy named James, and he has chosen to go by the name A to avoid confusion. Rhiannon tells A that she doesn't believe his story about waking up in different bodies every day and asks him questions about it. A explains that he can't be sure if he has parents or not, as all he has known his life is waking up in different bodies every day. Still in doubt, Rhiannon stands to leave, but A implores her to meet again. Rhiannon agrees but requests some time to think about everything he's told her before she leaves. Another day at school, Rhiannon meets A, who is now in a girl's body. She questions A about why she keeps showing up around her and why she kissed her knowing she is not Justin. A explains that the first day she met Rhiannon, she felt something she had never experienced before. She then implores Rhiannon to give her a chance. Later, Rhiannon meets A in the library, who is now a black guy named George. They get to know each other better and grow fonder of one another. As they lean in to kiss, George's mother unexpectedly interrupts them. A whispers to Rhiannon to run away, and she manages to escape successfully. A wakes up the next day in Rhiannon's body. She looks at herself in the mirror and promises to keep things cool and not mess things up for Rhiannon. On their way to school, Rhiannon is overtly excited and always smiling, which catches the attention of her sister Jolene. At school, when Justin approaches Rhiannon, she boldly expresses her dissatisfaction with how he treats her and tells him not to talk to her for the rest of the day. Throughout the day, A tries to make small positive changes for Rhiannon. He bonds with her mom, her sister, and her dad. At the end of the day, A writes a note listing all the things he did on behalf of Rhiannon. The following day, Rhiannon meets with Justin and tells him they need to take a break. Feeling like he's being dumped, Justin leaves angrily. Rhiannon calls A, requesting to see him, and they drive to one of her uncle's houses to spend the weekend. They talk about A's experience being Rhiannon, which leads to a romantic moment. When it's time for A to leave, they kiss, he promises to come back tomorrow, and drives away in the truck. Rhiannon waits for A all day the next day, but he doesn't show up. She is forced to call her mother to pick her up. A, waking up in the body of a boy named Michael, realizes he is supposed to fly to Holland that day with his parents. Knowing that if he ends up in Holland, that's where he will wake up tomorrow, he immediately jumps out of bed. He rushes out of the house and calls Rhiannon to come pick him up. Rhiannon drives to pick him up in Jolene's car and accidentally knocks off the driver's side mirror while trying to escape from Michael's mother. When they arrive at Rhiannon's uncle's house, she expresses her anger toward A for not coming to pick her up as promised. A explains that the body he found himself in yesterday was undergoing a lung transplant, and when he woke up in the evening, he wasn't allowed to access any phones. A and Rhiannon spend the rest of the day together, growing more intimate. A wakes up in the body of a girl named Kelsey. He tells Rhiannon that Kelsey is planning to kill herself and might do so as soon as he leaves her body. Rhiannon urges A to try to stay in Kelsey's body until her father returns from work to get her help. Surprisingly, A is able to hold onto Kelsey's body, and when her father arrives, she confides in him about her suicidal thoughts. Her father promptly gets her the help she needs. At school, as Rhiannon walks past Justin, his friends start calling her a slut. She ignores them and meets with A, who is in the body of a girl in the girls' locker room. A informs Rhiannon that he can't be with her after school because the owner of the body he is in has a date with her boyfriend. They share a kiss. A wakes up the next day in Alexander's body, one of Rhiannon's friends. He meets with Rhiannon and tells her what a great and interesting guy the real Alexander is. After school, they go out to have some fun, and afterward, Rhiannon urges him to stay in Alexander's body for one more day. The next day, Rhiannon is happy and excited to see that A is able to stay in Alexander's body. They spend most of their time together at school, publicly displaying their affection for each other. After school, A invites Rhiannon to Alexander's place that night, as his parents will be out of town. When Rhiannon arrives, A tells her that it's not right to keep occupying Alexander's body, and the longer he stays in it, the more he risks damaging him. Rhiannon suggests they go back to the way it used to be, having him in different bodies every day. After a long pause, A asks her to picture their lives in the next 1 or 10 years when he might wake up as someone in a marriage or with kids. He urges her to give the real Alexander a chance, as he is a good guy. At first, Rhiannon feels upset, but after reflecting on A's words, she comes to terms with the reality that she cannot have a normal life with him. They spend the rest of the night in each other's arms, cherishing their time together. As midnight approaches, they say goodnight, and Rhiannon reluctantly leaves. In the morning, A wakes up as Katie and drives out. At school, Rhiannon and Alexander meet up and take a walk down the hallway together, chatting and smiling. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.